Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga Section. I'm here today to bring the review for Vamp the Lost Soul Manga Chapter 31. I do believe it is the very last chapter of the volume. And this is actually take 2 of me recording this. Yeah, the original footage gone, deleted, accidentally obviously. But yeah, just thought I'd let you know that before we jump right into things right here. So I'm hoping that I cover all the points that I did within the original video. I'll have no idea of knowing, but I think there will be some additional stuff that I didn't say in the original video, so I guess it was a win-lose situation, however way you want to look at it. So let's start things off, and this is something I'm pretty certain I said within the original video. So last chapter I was saying that how I feel like Anna was gonna be on the defensive, like her daughter just bust in there. I thought that Anna would have kind of felt that kind of guilty about what she done, kind of that kind of vibe, and that's why she should have been on the defensive with just busting in there, you know, coming in hot and heavy kind of thing. So when we have Anna pretty much not defending herself, I don't know how to phrase it actually, but she's come in there just as like it's all your fault, and but Anna's simply like, girl, what are you talking about? Respect your mother before I take my hand to you, kind of thing. But obviously I'm hyping up, like paraphrasing and just over exaggerating it a little bit, but you get my point if you've read the chapter. She's not intimidated, she's not doesn't feel threatened, there's no kind of guilty aspect to it. She's like, alright, cool. You wanna come to settle things? Let's settle things. Let's go. So that's how we start off the chapter. And then Anna takes them to, I don't know. Okay, it's not another world, another dimension, another place. Regardless if it's another world, another dimension, it's definitely another place. So they've gone to another place now. And now this is where I want to bring up two things. Number one, Jess should not be surprised slash shocked about where they've been taken, and I'll explain so right now. Jess is about this life. She's even if she's not been to this exact place before, she's about this life. She should have seen something. She should have seen something on these kind of levels previously, so her shock is something that I don't feel like should have been added within the chapter. It should have been present at all, I should rather say. If it was Nikea, could understand, new to this world, spent most of his life thinking he was a normal human being. So if you saw that, then I can understand even shocked. But even then, if it was Nikea, I would kind of prefer to him not be shot, because he had the whole thing of it was in volume 1 where they go from, I think it's the hospital to where he gets trained. So even for the chaos, stuff like this shouldn't shock him, but definitely not for just being shot by this. Shouldn't have been a thing. Number 2, last chapter I was ripping on how the fact that Jess was able to get from the entrance to the SPD and all the way to Anne's office, and if I remember correctly, I was all like, where's the other workers? Why is no one present? This shouldn't have happened, blah 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 blah. Still feel that way, don't get me wrong, still feel that way, but this whole going to a new place thing just made me feel like, okay, cool, this building is the front and the real headquarters where everyone's really at is in this other place. Should not be the case. There should still be workers in this place, even if it's a front for the real operations. But it seems like that's where we're going with it. I was like, okay, whatever. But they still should have been workers in the main building, James. They still should. That's what I truly believe. Anyway, moving on. So after that, we meet a new character, and now it is the daughter of the current Dream Queen, I do believe. And now, it's good in the sense where there are these 3 other realms where, well, we've out of all the realms, and out of all the realms, the most we've touched on is the Nightmare realm. That's because the one that Nikkei is linked to, and we've never, if I remember correctly, there's never been even a mention, well, other than us knowing what they are, of the other 3 realms. So this chapter does touch upon the other realm, another realm, the Dream realm, a little bit. In all honesty, we're getting next to no information. Okay, cool. This is the daughter of the current Dream Queen, I think it was. But you know, what does that really mean? what does that really mean to us? But that is something that is there. However, I do want to question why she's even there in the first place, because we learn that she's only there because she's looking through case files to get inspiration for a song. And now I sat there and I thought to myself, she is royalty, I guess, but does that warrant you access to such classified information? I was a bit on that. So her current involvement is really kind of, is it questionable? Yeah, kind of questionable to me, and I don't think it's warranted. I feel like it's kind of just shoehorned in there for the fun of it, kind of thing. But maybe in a couple of chapters, her actual presence will have like come with some kind of relevance, maybe. But regardless, fangirl of Jess, you know, being a mummy slayer will get you that kind of that fame and fortune, I guess. That kind of feels shoehorned in there as well, as like maybe like, you know, previously there was a mention of how, oh, mummy's a big man, and you know, maybe something that made you feel like, oh, okay, cool, just defeating the mum was a big thing. Maybe we had that beforehand, then this kind of fame and fortune in this chapter would have been kind of warranted. But so again, something that I feel like was there shoehorned in there. So they meet up with this new character. Don't ask me her name. I'm not gonna remember it for now. But they go to she joins them while Jess and Anna go to sort things out, and that's where they go to a training ground. Alright, cool. Anna says suit up. They begin their fight, which will be in the chapter. But one thing again, Jess is surprised. Jess is surprised about how strong her mother is, and now again, I don't feel like that should be the case at all. Yeah, I don't think that should be the case at all. Yeah, okay, cool. Jess grew up most of her life without a mom, so she hasn't seen firsthand how strong, how far, well, as I mentioned the fast within the chapter, but the prowess of her mum. But I still feel like Jess shouldn't be surprised simply because she knew that her mum was about this life. She knew her mum was about this life. She knew, yeah, she knew about how, yeah, just keep it simply put, she knew that she was about this life. So she shouldn't be surprised about what she sees her do within this chapter. However, I feel like it's a thing where there's probably a name for this, but I feel like it's a thing where when an author uses a character kind of wrongly to portray a message to us, the audience. So for example, within this instance, realistically, just shouldn't be surprised. But because James wanted us to know certain information, for example, he wanted to remind us that Anna is only human, but he also wanted us to see that, okay, cool, just because she is human, but she's not your run of the mill human. She's different. She's like a cut above the rest. She's an it was fun to say abnormal human, but yeah, we'll stick with cut above the rest. That's all it's about. I'll still cut above the rest. So in order for to portray that information, he made Jess surprised, where he could have done it another way, where it doesn't kind of not is the word contradicts, is the word that I'm looking for, contradict, but like not kind of not betray what the character should actually be feeling, kind of thing. That's how I felt. That's what I felt went on there, because yeah, I honestly don't feel like, even without the time I'm away from her, that just should have been surprised at her mom's strength. And it makes it also kind of seem kind of dumb, because like, did Jess really think that she could hop in there? And I think I did mention this in the original recording. Did Jess really think she could hop in there and beat her mum simply because her mum is human and she's half vampire? Did she really think that? I find that hard to believe. Like I said, it kind of makes it just seem dumb. So there's that. But one thing I do want to mention that I kind of noticed about Anna, one arm. Shanks. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But one arm. I'm not sure if she had lost her arm in the flashback, because obviously that's the first time you've seen her, and I don't remember realizing she had one arm in volume 4. So like it honestly, it threw me back a bit when I saw in this chapter she has one arm. But yeah, one arm. I think she's gonna be proficient in Magi. Yeah, I think she's gonna be proficient in Magi, and that kind of links to the speeds feats that we're seeing in this chapter. I think that's her stick. Normally human, but excels at Magi. I think that's what we're going with it. Or going with her rather. And that's it. That's everything I got to say about this chapter, and then within essence about this volume, I'm going to give it this chapter as a 3-star rating. And like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please go to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.